This is a meme. Okay, this for the men who can't afford the women that they want. What do I say all the time, man? To be woman is to be prostitute. They will look you dead in the face and tell you that they to be woman. Dude, this is not hate. It can't be. Okay, if I'm hate speech, then she's saying hate speech on women on her by herself. She's in love with him. And she loves the fact that she loves that he don't love her.
Yes.
You meet a man and he tell you straight up, look, this is how it's gonna go.
Okay.
I work for City Hall. I make $70,000 a year.
Ooh, no, that's only $35.
Yeah, that's pretty basic.
What do you mean? That was good money.
No, I get paid $31 an hour, $32 an hour, and that's like shit.
No, but listen to what he said.
Hey, so what he made, if he
Ooh, yeah, I make $30 an hour. That's shit, yeah. Yeah, all right.
making something like yours is not okay.
That's a whole other
You
topic.
see what I be saying, yo?
Let me finish. I practice hypergamy. I don't know what the fuck other bitches
What's hypergamy?
practice.
Break it down.
It's when I date men above my caliber.
Okay.
I don't date men on my same.
I do too.
I'm talking about 10,000, 20,000 more than me.
Alright,
So
so
right now I'm at
listen.
70,000 a year. He got to be at 100,000.
Okay.
Why would I want a man that
Okay,
could
okay.
barely provide the same lifestyle that I could provide for myself?
Exactly. I agree.
No.
Here's the thing. I am not fighting that. I totally agree with her. All right. Now, I think the confusion is she thinks that she's something special because she's doing it. I think that's the confusion. No, all women are like, but the thing is, every woman's a little different with what she sees as superior to her. Like some women genuinely don't care about money. Some women are totally happy going to work and bringing that 70,000 home and giving it all to that man, and then he controls it. Some women because they want to feel that man control her. Every woman's a little different. But again, I believe her, and I'm not mad at her. The only confusion is I think she's confused that she thinks she's doing something special. You know, I mean, I admire her for accepting it. I admire that. I love hookers. I love hookers that know they're hookers. Prostitutes know they're prostitutes. You know, hoes know I love them. I don't have a problem as long as she knows what she is. I'm on her side, and I agree 10,000% with her. The hard, but because it's just the reality of woman. Because like I say all the time, any man who is beneath what she's looking for just simply doesn't exist. It doesn't, and it's all good. And don't get me, I'm not mad about that. It's all good. It's part of the game. But the part that that will eternally destroy women, and this is why man will always lead. Well, this is one reason why women will always be second to man. Well, this is just one out of numerous. Is the core thing of what she has to value any man is simply her youth and relative beauty. And both of those things are going to expire one way or another, whether it's a car accident or she lives to be 40. Okay, one way or another. So no matter how, and this is the big disconnect for women, like especially women like her, who they got them a decent little job. They probably went to university, got them a little decent little job, something like that. Is the confusion is, see, as a man, if I go out in the world, it's possible for me to go out there and say, yeah, I make money and I can do this and I can do that. Whereas the woman, no. She goes out there, well, I make $70,000. The only guys who are going to be truly impressed with her for making $70,000 a year are guys who make lesser than $70,000 a year. Okay? Those are going to be the only guys who are going to be truly impressed with her. And okay, and with that's the same with men and women. Okay, if a guy goes out there, yeah, I make $70,000 a year. The only woman who's going to be impressed is a woman who makes beneath $70,000 a year. And same thing with her. When she goes out there in the world, the only guy who's going to be impressed with that is a guy who's making less than $70,000 a year. But the confusion is, This is where female delusion starts to fuck up, and this is why they're literally biologically set on a path of self-destruction. Okay, she thinks that for some weird reason she's going to appeal to a man based off finances. She thinks that her submissiveness is going to transfer to how much she's earning and what the higher man is going to see, and that's going to make her submissive and all that shit, which it can work. But again, by the time the higher a woman goes, the worse it ends up. Because like she makes $70,000 a year. Okay. By the time a man is now making $70,000 a year, he can go get any woman who makes under $70,000 a year, and he can be genuinely happy with that woman who makes under $70,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? Where on the flip side, the woman, anybody who makes under $70,000 a year doesn't exist to her because she has to keep going up. And after that, well, what else does she have to offer? Well, okay, so she's let's just assume she's gone to college. You know, she went to university. She's working a decent job. Blah, 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 blah. Well, by the time she's gone off to university and she's built herself off, she's going to be in her mid to late 20s by the time it all finally comes full circle. So now she's got to hurry up and find a man to pump and dump her to put a baby in her so she can compete with her friends with that. But then guess what? She's still climbing that financial ladder, girl. So now when a man that makes $250,000, well, guess what? That man who makes $250,000 is not a whole lot of him who's gonna sit up and deal with some bloated, aged woman with a baby. Okay, why should he? By the time he's making that much, well, he could just fly to Prague whenever he wants to and fuck bitches for $60 who look better and fuck better than you. And this is where women's that self-destruct shit. They don't self-destruct. But the things like it's their nature. I'm not mad at her. Again, I am not mad at this woman. I admire her for accepting it. But and they might touch on it later in this video because she's really hyped about this little $70,000, right? She's really hyped about it. But it's their nature is the self-destruct. Like, because they're funny, they silly, they goofy. The only core thing, when she goes out in that world, okay, here's the thing. When a man goes out in the world, when a man's going around, when he's going to clubs, shit like that, the last thing a man is thinking when he's looking for a bitch is, how much money does she make a year? You know what I'm saying? Now, when bitches go out the club, that's usually the main topic of discussion. Where we gonna go? I'm trying to get a man who got some money who could buy me something. See, men, we don't go out there with the inclination. You know what? I think I'm gonna go to Dada's because Dada's be having them bitches that make about $60,000, $70,000 a year. Day-Days be having them bitches making like $20,000, $30,000. Ooh, I ain't messing with them bitches. I don't want that $20,000 a year pussy. No, men, what women look like. You see what I'm saying? Men okay, especially when you talking about women like her who's trying to go out there and be and act, walk and talk and act like this and break it down to the core fundamentals, and especially in this woman's, Lee, her amount of money is gonna hurt her more in the long run than anything. Now she might end up living it up to get that validation again of getting some chump to buy her some expensive dinner, and she'll think I still got it. But in the long run, no. Men don't care about how much money you... I can't stress enough. The more success a woman has, the worse it's going to be in the end. Women are not made to handle success or power. They're just not made... They did a lot better before they knew they were pretty. Remember, you know what I'm talking about? Like before all this Instagram shit came out? Before they knew... I mean, they knew they were pretty, but they didn't know they were pretty. They couldn't measure it by getting 3,000 likes for an Instagram post yet. They didn't know that yet. And they moved. They were better back then. See, now when they know they're cute, oh man. Well, you see what happened. You see what OnlyFans does. It just reassures women. That's rough, man. Again, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad, and I admire her for accepting it. But it's that back end. It's that when on the back end. Eventually, this chick would be wearing basketball hoops in her ear. Yeah, she's gonna be mad at all the men.
I don't think he knows. I didn't say that.
No.
I said it. So what?
No judgment zone.
Okay. I said what I practice. You might practice Jesus. You might be Buddhist.
No, all bitches practice hypergamy. They just try to lie and hide about it. All bitches do it. All of them do it. They just try to hide it and lie about it and use words to make you think they don't. All of them do it. You just openly accept it. That's the only difference. I admire you for it.
You might be Islam. I practice hypergamy. I date men on a higher caliber than myself. If I work for Con Edison and I am the electrician man, I'm fucking the supervisor. Okay?
Yes.
I'm not fucking the other electrician man. You're not fucking.
That is what every woman does. You are not special. Every woman does that.
Explain to everybody what hypergamy is.
Hypergamy is dating someone on a superior level than you.
Yes.
So let's say I work for Con Edison. I am the mechanic. I'm not breeding or fucking another mechanic. I'm fucking the supervisor. If I could get to the CEO, that's what I'm doing.
That makes sense.
I am gonna be with the man that could better provide for our children and our generation. That's just me. That's why I say gold digger is a broke white man's word for the men that can't afford the women that they want, because they're gonna be like, oh, you don't got this?
Thanks
all
for
right,
them, Cass.
boom, I'm going to the next man that could provide me with the lifestyle I want. And
First, let me read off this because I don't know why I didn't show up. But Spurtum, yo, thanks for the yeah. Fuck Patreon, fuck them motherfuckers, man. Fuck Patreon. I was gonna say something. Hold on, let me rewind this. I was gonna say something about what she was just saying. But yeah, thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate it.
and our generation, that's just me. That's why I say gold digger is a broke white man's word for the men that can't afford the women that they want, because they're gonna be like, oh, you don't.
The men who can't afford the women that they want. Look, look, this was what she looked like when she was like hot, all in that. Or it may be doctor, I don't know. But the newer pictures, her face is like sunken in and fucked up. Like it's getting bad. When she's in court. Yeah, because these O's, Johnny, he's even skinnier in these older pictures. Well, they might be doctored. But see, yeah. See that face, it looked like it looks like she has a hangover right now. In the picture. And that's not even a bad, that's a better one. She's aging up. And she's mad. And a lot of this is coming back to she's mad because she's aging. That's what a lot of this is. She's mad because she's aging and she's trying to cash out real quick. Look at this. Bitch looks like she's about 45. Look at her. She look, that bitch looks like she's 12. She looks like she's 45. Look at her. Can y'all see that clearly? Because all her value and worth was based off the other pictures. She looks like she's in her early 40s in this picture. That bitch is 33. All right, I think she's younger than me. I'm pretty sure. Hey, how old is this bitch? Hold on, how old? She's 35. She's 35. The bitch, she looks like she's at least 40. She's a year younger than me. No, she's about the same age. She's a month. I was born in 86. She's a month younger than I am. How do I go? Oh, the pictures, the images, yeah. And yeah, see, when she's all dolled up and perfect, her skin is like is floating, is voluptuous and shit, yeah. But not anymore. And I'm like, all this shit, I'm saying it's because she's getting older and she knows it and she can't fight it. Like look at this. She looks like she's like 40. She's at least 45. That ride is over. Cause see, Johnny didn't get with her looking like that. Johnny didn't get with her to look like that. Johnny got with her to look more like this. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, but here's the thing though. I can say it, and it is hate speech when I say it. It's gonna be hate speech when I say it. But bitches know exactly what it is, and she'll never say it, but she's mad about it. Everything I just said. Darker. Oh yeah. She was like if you in the white women, yeah, she was like as a white woman, she was a type of perfection, Dark Rebel. I agree with you. Well, yeah, and this shit and this Aquaman, she was one of them perfection built white women. Because some guys don't like white bitches. I get that. I do, but I get how some. I mean, I can understand if you just like whatever you like. But when she was younger, she was like perfection. as white woman. But yeah, not now. Look at that. They look like they only about 10 years separated in age at max. I say 15 years. They don't look like, well, how old is Johnny Depp? Because they look a lot closer in age in this picture. Like, okay, if you didn't know who Amber Heard was and you seen these motherfuckers walking around, you would think Amber Heard was like 3, 4, maybe 5 years younger than Johnny Depp. And she just she just caked on a bunch of makeup to try to hide it. You see what I'm saying? If you had seen these motherfuckers walking down the street and you didn't know who they was, and they looking like this, because Johnny, he done aged, right? But look at all this. She looks like she ain't too far behind. Okay, on top of it, she's caking on the makeup. So imagine what she looks like with that makeup taken off. She fuck around, get hit with a sprinkler or some shit like that. Whew.